From Dog Pound Daily, 3 reasons the Browns should avoid trading for DeAndre Hopkins. Number 1, OBJ 2.0, concerned with limiting targets to skilled positions. I think they're going to throw the ball more, but different story for a different time. Number 2, wide receiver is not the issue. Number 1, Browns have cap space, draft capital. Again, if it's not cost prohibitive, I'd listen to it because I think the offense is going to look drastically different. You're going to see more 3 wide receiver sets, maybe even some 4 and some empty. But if it costs too much, I wouldn't do it. Let's turn it this way. If the Browns add a veteran wide receiver, Tim, what skill sets would you be looking for?
I would be looking for pure speed, a guy who can, go from the slot and anytime he's on the field, be a threat to, strike down the field. I think that's the one thing that was missing from the 6th game with Deshaun Watson is Anthony Schwartz didn't play. There's questions. I do have concerns about his health. I believe it's his 2nd concussion he's suffered. So, I'm wondering, about his health and certain things, and he hasn't quite shown as well from just a pure football perspective what you're hoping to get out of his skill set. They need a guy who's going to be a field stretcher. They need a guy who can fly down the field, just stress safeties. And we know Deshaun Watson can throw the deep ball. We saw that plenty of times in Houston. A couple times he tried to take shots down the field in Cleveland. Amari Cooper, Donovan Peoples-Jones are very good receivers, but neither one of them I would call consistent deep threats. They need a guy who could be a consistent deep threat at receiver and just be a pure burner, which, like I said, is something they just don't have right now at the position. If there's a veteran like that and he's available to get at a reasonable price, yes, but I look at this draft class, and this is a great class if you're looking for those speedy receivers.
The other thing that you do with a speed receiver, in addition to stretching it, you want to get the ball to him in space. It's almost like a kicker. Make the defense worry. When this guy has the ball in space, you want a defensive coordinator to go, how are we going to stop that? Wait, we don't want him in space. That's the type of receiver I think they need. Yard after catch. Threatens defenders, that kind of thing.
No question about it. I mean, that's the element I think this Browns offense is missing, just that explosive threat, who can go 70 yards in the blink of an eye and just off one pass, one blown coverage, which you've seen happen to the Browns so many times last season. The Browns really, they got guys who are separators, guys who are tough to beat one-on-one, but they don't have that guy who can just, anytime he's on the field, defense has to worry that, anytime he's on the field, he can burn you deep or he can, come underneath for a short 2-3 yard completion and turn it into about 20, 30 yards, which is something that every good passing game needs.